Hi, everybody. Welcome inside the Waterloo Memorial Rec Complex for Game 2 of this Saturday morning as the Huron-Perth Lakers get set to face off with the Kenora Thistles in round-robin action here at the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships, live from Waterloo. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. My name is Dylan Baker. Good to be with you here on this Saturday morning. Second game of the day after Toronto took on... after Toronto won their game this morning, against Ottawa Myers Automotive by a score of 5-3. Back and forth contest all throughout. Ottawa tied the game a few times. Toronto eventually comes away with the victory. And now a big one for the Huron-Perth Lakers. They try to cement themselves firmly in the picture for tomorrow's action. For the Kenora Thistles, they will not be making it to Sunday this weekend. They're playing their final game of the weekend. They're looking for their first victory, trying to go out on a high note. But for Huron-Perth, they've got 2 wins, 1 loss, 1 tie. Currently sitting as the number 4 seed in the standings and trying to force their way into the conversation for tomorrow's semifinal ahead of the finals and bronze medal game as well tomorrow afternoon. Let's send it down to ice level now for the national anthem prior to puck drop in this one. Anthem complete. We are nearly ready to go here in Waterloo. Game number 18 overall of this round robin for the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championship as Huron-Perth gets set to face off with the Kenora Thistles. For the Huron-Perth Lakers, it was a victory over Ottawa yesterday by a score of 6-4. A back-and-forth contest, the 6th goal, an empty netter for the Lakers in that game. For Kenora, they fell by a score of 4-0 to the host Waterloo Wolves yesterday afternoon. A 2-game day for them yesterday and Thursday, just the one for the Thistles today. Huron-Perth in action later against Toronto. We are all set and ready to go here for the first period of this one. We are underway. Puck is dropped. Thistles will chase after it in their own zone. Back after it is Costa Straight. Straight in his own end, facing pressure, comes back now to Mason Robinson. Robinson to the slot. Robinson makes a move, loses possession. Sawyer Jourdain out to center in the direction of Jace Richards. Couldn't quite find him. Weston Murray sends across ice feed. Maverick Riley through center, goes all the way down the ice. Beaulieu giving chase. Maxime Beaulieu in behind the Thistles net, drops a pass off, and Kenora looks to break out. Bank feed off the wall. Murray holds the line. Murray after it in the corner. Taken back by Braden Little. Little had 2 goals in the Thistles' 3rd game of the championship. That a 5-5 tie against North Bay. Back in come the Lakers. Nice move made to get in. Centering pass attempted. Hayter on the doorstep. Just put it wide. Great chance there for Hayter, looking for his 2nd goal of the championship, but couldn't beat Botterill in close. Now a centering pass. Walker on the doorstep save. Ziliak's a try. Misses the net. Rims around the wall. Puck is thrown towards the goal. It'll be played down there by Beaulieu. Beaulieu will fire it all the way down the ice, and that'll be icing called here against the Kenora Thistles, so a face-off will come back. The story offensively for both these teams, well, for Huron-Perth, it's been Ty Walker, 6 goals in 4 games coming into this one. Huron-Perth has been a solid offensive team, 4 goals in game 1, 4 goals in game 2, just 2 in their 3rd game against Quinte, and then 6 put up against Ottawa yesterday. Puck is handled now in the slot by Luke Strickler. He scores! Strickler open, finds the back of the net, and makes it 1-0 Lakers with his 6th goal of the championship. Huron-Perth has an early lead. Luke Strickler just 1 minute and 23 seconds into the first period of this one after 2 goals in their victory over Ottawa yesterday. Wires it home from the slot and makes it 1-0 Lakers. Off the face-off. Strickler back with it here for Huron-Perth. Strickler, cross-ice Yabi. Yabi tries to play it down low. That pass cut. Back at the line, shot from Murray Fandon. Weston Desgagne heads the other way. Desgagne stripped the puck by Murray. Murray drops it back around the end boards. Yabi near side. Yabi chipped out to center Murray. Murray through center, blocked by Braden Little. Little works in. Little trying to maintain possession. Murray keeps him away. It's Murray out to center for Yabi. Here come the Lakers, 2-on-2. Yabi down the wing, takes the shot. Pad save. Rebound cleared by Beaulieu. Maxime Beaulieu on the near boards. Beaulieu out to center for Richards. Richards comes in over the blue line. Richards makes a move. Richards takes a shot. Pad save made there by Miles Alga. Puck bounces around the end boards here. After it is Riley. Around the wall. Comes back into the corner now. Riley for Crawford. Crawford through center. Gets in over the blue line. Beaulieu tried to stop him up. Crawford back after it in the corner. Morningstar looking for it. Crawford can't come up with it. Jace Richards sends it back now to Maverick Riley. Riley, far side feed. Puck gets played through center. In come the Lakers. Pass for Crawford in space. Crawford holds, shoots. Saved by Botterill. He'll cover up and hold on. Well, we'd like to take a moment to thank our partners for supporting today's event. Special recognition goes to Milk, a proud partner of the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships. Dairy Farmers of Ontario are proud to support young athletes and encourage healthy, active lifestyles. Off the face-off. Thistles will clear the zone here. Middleholt. Middleholt works it down the wing. Murray gets on that puck for Huron-Perth. Comes back below the goal line. Handled there by Roberts. Roberts lost possession. Robinson goes off the boards. Now back after it is Blake Roberts. Comes back down low. Here is Joey Taman. Taman working in. Taman towards the goal. Kept away. Now Strawn takes a shot. Save made there. Rebound loose. Covered up. Down near the goal by Miles Alga. And he'll get a whistle and a stoppage in play. Alga's had a good tournament for the Lakers. 2-0-1 record. Stopped 20-24 in Huron-Perth's 4th game. That victory over Ottawa. As mentioned, he's won both of the games that Huron-Perth has come out of the right side of here in this championship. Off the face-off. Tie up near side looking for it. Laidler. Laidler into the corner. Gets the return pass. Tries to swing it down low again. Laidler in the direction of Kranick with that feed. It got blocked. Now the Lakers force it out to center. Here comes Walker. Walker in over the line. Walker cutting towards the goal. Can't get a shot away. Walker and Richards battling for possession. Walker gets on it now at center. Walker for Ziliax. Ziliax now sends a feed to Crawford. Crawford lost it to Laidler. Back the other way. Pass comes through neutral ice. Laidler backhands it in. Ziliax is on it. Ziliax sends a feed cross ice. Turned over. Beaulieu takes a shot. Blocked there by Roman Bell. Walker looking to clear the zone. Lakers can't quite force it by. Bell chips it off the boards. Now Richards at center. Richards swings it back in deep, and on it is Bell in his own end. Bell for Ziliax. Ziliax to Crawford. Crawford, a bank pass cut. Crawford to Hayter. Hayter now towards Murray. Back for Crawford from Bell. Crawford over the blue line. Crawford backhand feed cross ice. Picked back up now by Weston Desgagne. Desgagne loses possession of it. Bouncing puck. He'll regroup. Desgagne, Beaulieu in there. Now forced over the line by Murray. They'll say it's offside. And they'll say that Strickler was the one who never left the zone. Well, to get back to that offense talk from earlier, I mentioned Walker, who has 6 goals this weekend. So too does Luke Strickler now after that last marker for Huron-Perth. For Kenora, the offense has been driven by Jace Richards, their captain. 3 goals in 5 games to lead the team here in this championship. Braden Little had 2 goals in Game 3, including 1 on the power play. Costa straight, rims it around the wall. Looking for it there was Murray. Comes back to the line for Murray. Murray fires a shot, misses the net. Back after it now, Strickler. Strickler has Calling at the line, trying to get him a pass, but Kenora will force it back down the ice. Calling, giving chase in the corner. Calling, hit there by Jourdain. Now on the near side. Battle for possession. Lakers trying to get it out to center. It's Strickler. Strickler over the blue line. Strickler takes a shot, misses the net, rims around the boards, and it'll be Murray giving chase. Murray tries to play it into the corner. Bouncing puck, Yabi in there. Murray with it now. Hand pass called. So that will lead to a stoppage in play in the Thistles' end. Kenora's had an offensive outburst in one of their 5 games in this championship, that being the 5-5 tie against the North Bay Trappers Thursday afternoon. Outside of that, they had a goal against Toronto in their first game, a goal against Quinte yesterday morning. Been shut out by Ottawa and Waterloo. Richards into the corner, centering pass, deflected back below the goal line. Thistles battling to maintain possession. Strawn's got it. Strawn off the end boards. Riley picks it back up. Riley loses possession. Back at the point. A shot from Dingwall, misses the net. Banks off the boards. In pursuit is Mason Roberts. Roberts lost it down low. Held by Richards for Kenora. Richards throws it on net. Turned away there by Elga. Now back out to center. Looking for it there was Hayter. A shot that just misses the mark. Riley off the glass. Bouncing puck. Schmidt after it down low, middle Holt applying pressure. Riley in the corner. Riley sweeps it ahead. It's out through center. Out of the stick of Hayter. Riley Hayter comes in over the line. Felt he was hooked on the play. No penalty though. Hayter back at the blue line, flips it in deep and will head off for a change. Thistles look to break out. Strawn sends it past below the goal line. Fanned on. Lakers pressing. After it was Roberts. Now Kenora through center. Over the line, here is Laidler trying to get to the net. Correction, that was Little trying to get to the net. He was blocked. Near boards, Lakers try to clear the zone. Bouncing puck, Laidler's back on it at center. Laidler, a pass for Little, knocked down. After it now is Schmidt in the corner. Here's Robinson. Robinson trying to force it back down low. But it's skated through center by Laidler for Kenora. Lakers trying to make it back through neutral ice. They come in over the line. Pass from Roberts cross ice. Handled by Huron. Huron takes a shot. It gets blocked. Now Ziliak's the line. Ziliak's his try. Blocked by Joey Taman. After it, Macy Graves in the corner. Pressure there as well from the Lakers as it comes back to the point for Bell. Bell throws a pass to Walker. Walker fires a shot from a tight angle. Rims around the wall. Will come all the way out to center, and Ziliak's has to reset. Ziliak's drops a pass back for Bell. Bell for Walker. Walker over the blue line. Strawn goes off the wall, through center, all the way down the ice. Goes right between the skates of Wall there. Here's Crawford. Crawford banks it out to center. Desgagne. Desgagne sends a pass to Taman. Joey Taman from his own zone. Taman makes a move around Crawford. Pass cut now. Crawford works his way in. Crawford a pass into space for Hayter. Hayter walks in, takes a shot, tipped out front by Crawford. And it'll be reset by Beaulieu in behind the Kenora net. Crawford back on it. Crawford up high. Wall giving chase. Wall rims it around the end boards. Now back after it is Hayter. Off the wall, Murray after it, Desgagne through center. Desgagne for Greaves. Greaves over the line, throws it into the corner. Back after it, Weston Murray. Murray, a pass for Crawford. Crawford, cross ice, goes off the skate of Hayter. Walker trying to get over the line. Now Richards through center for Kenora. Picked back up by Murray. Murray, a feed for Crawford. Crawford banks it out to center. Madsen's on it. Madsen drops it back. Richards now comes through center. Richards off the board. Ziliak sends it the other way. Crawford has some room to skate here. Crawford has Narinsky closing in. Narinsky takes him down as it goes around the end boards. Middleholt. Middleholt gets it out to center. In pursuit there is Sawyer Jourdain. Jourdain sends a pass towards Richards. It gets cut off. Lakers from their own zone. Bank pass off the boards. Richards able to hold the line. Bouncing puck. Narinsky closing in. Dingwall into the corner. Comes back now to center. Murray couldn't slip by. And Riley's got it in his own end. A pass for Strickler, cut. Here's Little working into the shot. That one gets blocked. Rebound loose. Rimmed around the boards there by Baker. Lakers fly through center. Here's Strickler. Strickler throws it towards the goal. Just missed. Yabi going to the net. Bouncing puck. Murray, Yabi both after it. Here's Richards. Richards pivots down low. Gets it up top for Riley. Riley. It'll squeak out to center, and they'll call it offside. Well, this puck stoppage is brought to you by Barron Rings, the official championship ring provider of the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships. Barron Rings proudly celebrates the achievements of athletes by creating lasting symbols of success and excellence. Off the face-off, Crawford looking for it. Little plays it through center. Calling, sends a pass cross ice. Bell over the line. Swipe back out to center, though, by Kenora. And straight. Thistles trying to clear the zone. Calling back after it at center. Calling. Sends a feed off the boards in the direction of Crawford there. Straight into the Lakers' end. Calling. Cross ice, now Crawford after it through center. Crawford into the corner. Crawford swings it up the line for Calling. Calling takes a shot. Save made there by Easton Botterill. Well, Entropy is the official online championship apparel provider of the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships, offering championship gear available for order now. Again, Entropy, the official online championship apparel provider of the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships. Off the face-off, Ziliak pursues the line. Comes back out to center. Lakers have to reset. It's Riley. Down the ice it goes. After it, Dingwall. Dingwall at his own end, off the boards. Morningstar left for Ziliak. Pass cross ice, comes out to center. Riley back for Ziliak. After it, Morningstar. Ziliak comes in offside. Schmidt was still in the zone, and so play whistled again for another offside in the Thistles end of the ice. Draw will come back out to the neutral zone here. The lone goal of this game belongs to Luke Strickler. Came just over a minute in at the 1:23 mark of the contest. Off the face-off, Murray looking for it. Laidler trying to force his way by. Yabi picks it back up for Huron-Perth. Sends it up towards Murray. Now Yabi has it in his skates, couldn't see it. Laidler trying to force it into the Lakers, and he will. Murray sends a pass to Riley. Riley comes through center. Flips it in deep. Beaulieu. Beaulieu, a pass cut there by Yabi. Murray back with it. Murray sends it up high. A shot from Riley, tipped out front. Botterill down, makes the save. Beaulieu hauled down in behind the net. Both Beaulieu and Yabi slow to get to their feet, but back up now. Murray in the corner. Murray trying to get it to the slot. It gets cut, and it's sent out to center by Kenora. Laidler can't slip past Murray. Murray's back it over the line, just onside. Murray sends it around the end boards. Beaulieu picks it up. Beaulieu to Richards. Jace Richards, cross ice feed in the direction of Macy Greaves. It's cut off there by Murray. Murray trying to force it into the corner. Now Richards. Richards in middle of the goal line. Pass cut there by Roberts. Bouncing puck. Giving chase Bell and Murray. It'll come back out to center. 3-on-2 are the Thistles over the line. Richards in the slot. Deflection, tried to get it to Greaves down low. Bouncing puck. Elga has to cover up, and he will hold on. Well, Gatorade is the official sports nutrition beverage of the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships, fueling athlete hydration and recovery to keep performance at its peak throughout the championship. Face-off won by Huron-Perth Lakers. Carry it out to center. Hayter over the blue line into space. Crawford's got room. He shoots. He hit the crossbar. Great chance there for Aiden Crawford off the rush, but he rung the crossbar, and the puck stayed out. Crawford's had a good game so far. Has been buzzing around a little bit for the Lakers. That one hit the bar and stayed out. 1:36 to go in this first period. Draw will go to the left of Botterill. Off the face-off, Crawford pursues in the corner. Hayter now down low. Hayter tries to swing it back to Crawford. Crawford centering pass, bouncing puck. Thistles look to clear the zone. Swung around the end boards. Here's Crawford. Crawford centering feed. Thistles look to get it out to center. Desgagne. Desgagne through his skates, cut off. Bell drops it back. Now out to center. Hayter leaves it in the Lakers' end. Carried up ice by Bell. Bell's over the blue line. Bell taken down there by Greaves. Penalty coming here to Kenora. With a minute to go in the first period, puck is touched up and slashing is the call. So it'll be Macy Greaves headed to the penalty box for Kenora. And Huron-Perth will have their first chance on the power play. Roman Bell had a power play goal in their third game of the championship. We'll see what they can do here on the power play. Their first attempt for either team on the power play in this game. Off the draw, Lakers control. Back at the line, forced into the corner. Handled there by Hayter. Hayter loses possession. Bouncing puck now, near boards. Thistles trying to clear the zone. A takedown of Walker along the boards. Puck is jammed up and forced down the ice by Kenora. Good work by the Thistles. Here's Strickler. Strickler through center. Strickler over the line. Strickler goes into the corner. Strickler stops up. Strickler swings it down low. Hayter's got it now. Hayter hauled down. Crawford back with it. 15 seconds to go in the period. Crawford tight angle shot. Botterill the save, and he'll cover up to get a stoppage in play with 10 seconds exactly on the clock here in this first period. Huron-Perth making changes to their power play group out on the ice. Murray will take the draw. Murray wins it. Strickler after it. Now back at the line. Strickler in the slot. Trying to corral that puck. It's backhanded down the ice by Joey Taman, and that'll do it for the first period. So 15 minutes in the books here at the Waterloo Memorial Rec Complex. The Huron-Perth Lakers leading this one by a score of 1-0. The only goal of this game came very early in the first period. At the 1:23 mark of the opening frame, it was Luke Strickler finding the back of the net for the Lakers. See that pass to him in the slot, and he makes no mistake, ripping it home past the netminder and giving the Lakers a 1-0 lead. And that lead is held up so far in this game. A few good chances for Huron-Perth. Crawford hit the crossbar later in the period, but nobody able to beat Easton Botterill since Strickler did it early in the opening frame. So second period about to get underway here from Waterloo. Huron-Perth will open the second period on the power play for 1 minute and 5 seconds after they were unable to capitalize on the first 55 seconds of their power play opportunity at the tail end of the opening frame. Yabi will take the face-off for the Lakers, matched up with Joey Taman here. Off the draw, Bell. Bell sends it back in his own zone, gets the return feed, looks to break through center. Bell sends a pass up ahead, calling a feed onto the far boards. Yabi stops up, peels back, sends it up high now. Murray for Bell. Bell, a shot, that one blocked in traffic. Taman got in the way. Puck is played up to the line by Calling. Now Murray working in. Murray for Bell. Bell holding, shooting. That one hit the goalpost. Second time the Lakers have hit the post in this game. Great chance for Roman Bell there. Mentioned he had a power play goal in the third game of the round robin for Huron-Perth. Look at the replay here on the power play chance for the Lakers. Murray found Bell. Bell walked in, ripped a shot, but hit the corner of the post and the crossbar, went out of play. Now here come the Thistles shorthanded. It's Jourdain over the blue line. Jourdain, a peek over his shoulder. Killing some time off the clock here. Murray will play it through to center. Huron over the blue line. Huron takes a shot. It's stopped by Easton Botterill, who will hold on to get a stoppage in play here. In this second period, 15 seconds to go in the Huron-Perth power play. Lakers trying to get some insurance to their lead. They've hit two posts in this game, one by Crawford, one by Bell. Drow will go to the right now of Botterill. Bell at the line. Bell feeds it far side. Shot through traffic. Save made there by Botterill, who will hold on. Botterill staying calm between the pipes for Kenora. Looking good on the penalty kill here are the Thistles. Off the face-off. A tie-up. Lakers have possession. Strickler cross ice. Morningstar. Morningstar in the corner. Centering pass towards Murray, blocked. Out of the box is Greaves. Back at 5-on-5. Kenora's killed off the penalty. Racing through center now and over the line cleanly are the Thistles. Chance for Richards. Couldn't get much on that shot. Just missed the net. Now a penalty coming up. It's going to go against Richards, who slashed the stick out of the hands of a Huron-Perth defender, and he will go to the penalty box. Richards out of frustration after not being able to get a shot off on that chance off the rush. Slash his opponent, and that will send Huron-Perth to their second power play of this game, right after they finish their first chance on the power play. Ty Walker will take the face-off for the Lakers. Goals in every game in this championship. Walker sends it back to the line. Here's Strickler working in. Strickler takes a shot. It's blocked. Back after it down low now, giving chase is Crawford. Chance at the doorstep. Save Botterill. Rebound out front. They score. It's Max Murray, his first of the championship, and the Lakers are up 2-0. Well, Huron-Perth looked dangerous on that power play, and it's Murray who finds the back of the net. First goal of the championship coming in Game 5 of the round robin here, and it's a 2-1 Lakers lead. At the minute 35 mark of this second period, Murray finds the back of the net. So Lakers 1 for 2 on the power play now in this game. Racing through center is Schmidt. Jackson Schmidt over the blue line, loses possession. Puck comes back out to the neutral zone for Kranick. Kranick fires it down the ice. After it now in the corner, Laidler. Laidler couldn't come up with it, swung back by Ziliaks. Ziliaks below the goal line. Huron-Perth trying to get it out to center. Roberts plays it up the wall. Huron giving chase. Huron in the corner, hauled down, tries to center. It gets blocked. Huron, now another penalty coming, and this one's going to go against Huron-Perth. Tripping is the call. So Lakers will go to the penalty kill for the first time in this game. Already the third power play between these two teams here in the second period. Second one called in the second period, one carried over from the first. Face-off will go to the left of Miles Alga here, Thistles to the power play. Braden Little had a power play goal in their third game of the round robin. That was the tie against North Bay. Off the face-off, Murray fires it all the way down the ice. So an early clear for the Lakers on the penalty kill here. Back down it goes, handled by Richards in his own zone. Jace Richards starts the breakout. Richards a move, plays it through center. In over the line, Little. Little at the left point. Little works in, sends it past far boards. Here's a shot denied by Alga. Comes back now to Murray. Murray sends it all the way down the ice. Changes here for the Lakers on the penalty kill as the Thistles try to break out. Richards over the blue line. Richards peels back, swings it down low to Little. Little working in, Little holding, shooting. That one patted away there by Alga. In the corner. Wall can't clear. Richards holds the line. Richards drops it back for Little. Little holding, shooting. That one just sailed high. Good chance there for Braden Little from the right circle. Puck rims around the wall. Back down low wall. Looking for it. Comes to Jourdain. Sawyer Jourdain up to the line. Richards. Richards sends a pass. Little working in. Little back to Richards up high. Shooting. Put that one over the net. Kranick after it. Kranick to Beaulieu. Beaulieu shovels it around the wall. Jourdain in pursuit. 30 seconds to go in the Kenora power play here. Puck is jammed up along the boards and the official blows play dead to cause a face-off and freeing of that jammed up puck. Well, we'd like to thank our partners for supporting today's event. Special recognition goes to Milk, a proud partner of the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships. Dairy farmers of Ontario are proud to support young athletes and encourage healthy, active lifestyles. Well, they're not going to allow this late change here for Kenora, it appears. The player tried to head off just before they were going to drop the puck, and they're going to try to drag them off the bench. All the officials coming in here to converge. I'm not sure what's going on here, but they'll go talk to the Kenora bench. Kenora is the home team. They do have the last change. I don't know what the discussion is. Jace Richards, the captain, is trying to plead his case to the officials. A long discussion here at the Kenora bench as we try to sort out whether this change is going to be allowed or not. They tried to bring somebody right back off the bench. Jeff Richards, the Kenora head coach, perhaps not going to be satisfied with the explanation as Kenora makes changes here. Joey Tamon gets away from the face-off dot. In comes Macy Greaves to take the draw. No, Macy Greaves gives way to Costa Straight. Off the face-off, Lakers slap it around the wall. Kenora makes the change that they wanted to right away. Pass through center. Hayter looking for it. Hayter into the corner. Hayter back below the goal line. Picked up by Mary. Mary centers. Botterill tried to cover it, couldn't do it. Greaves looks to get it out to center. Can't come up with it. Hayter in the corner. Out of the box is Roberts. Back at 5-on-5 here. Huron-Perth has killed off their first penalty of this game. Puck is handled down low by the Lakers. Turned over now to the Thistles, and Kenora will get it through center. It's Greaves. Macy Greaves down the ice. Weston Degagne after it. That'll go for icing called against Kenora. Jeff Richards still unhappy on that Kenora bench. Asking something of the officials after the icing call. Draw will come back to the right of Botterill here. Face-off won by the Lakers. Murray sends it around the end boards. Broken stick. Crawford tries to center for Walker. Walker looking to corral the bouncing puck. Comes back towards Crawford. Walker's got it. Walker in below the goal line. Walker tied up. Crawford lays the body. Now comes back to Huron-Perth and Huron. That shot misses the net. Banks off the boards. Crawford's got it down low. Crawford a pass for Walker. Walker sweeps it down to Crawford in below the goal line. Huron in pursuit. Huron to Crawford. Crawford trying to center a pass. It gets cut. Ziliaks holds the line for the Lakers. Ziliaks into the corner. Beaulieu goes around the boards. Walker working in. Taken back now by Kenora. Forced up the wall by Roberts. Ziliaks able to hold at the line. Now Beaulieu. Beaulieu, a pass through center. Braden Little in pursuit. Comes back to Calling. Calling through the neutral zone. Bouncing puck. Fired in deep by Teddy Middleholt. Now on it is Carter Calling down low. Calling sends a pass that gets through center. Walker lays the body. Dingwall will play it for the Thistles. Calling over the red line. Tries to fire it in deep. Couldn't quite get it very far as it'll be swept back in by the Thistles here. Richards in the corner. Richards tries to evade the pressure. Comes back through center. Strickler. Strickler left it. Walker's got it now. Walker makes a move over the line. Takes a bump. Gets hauled down. Wanted a penalty. Not going to get one as the Thistles will play it through center and Huron-Perth will make changes. Strickler looking to play it in his own zone. Offside. Whistled against the Thistles, which will lead to a stoppage in play. And this puck stoppage is brought to you by Barron Rings, the official championship ring provider of the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships. Barron Rings proudly celebrates the achievements of athletes by creating lasting symbols of success and excellence. Neutral zone draw coming up here. It'll be Taman against Schmidt for this face-off. Off the draw, won by Schmidt. Goes to Riley. Riley cross ice now through center. Here come the Lakers. Yabi. Yabi into the corner. Yabi below the goal line. Yabi takes a bump, looks to maintain possession. Yabi whacks away. Strickler fighting for it as well. Strickler has the puck in the corner. Goes to Yabi below the goal line. Yabi centers. Chance down low for Schmidt. Passed off to Strickler instead of shooting it, and Strickler couldn't get a shot away. Yabi below the goal line. Loses possession. Swung off the boards by Strawn. Trying to clear the zone. Bouncing puck. Cross ice feed. Comes to Riley. Riley takes a shot. Deflected wide of the net. Strickler back after it. Strickler backhand pass to Yabi below the goal line. Straight got in his way, but it comes back now to Schmidt. Schmidt up to the line. Murray for Riley. Riley trying to get there. It's poked out to the blue line by Kranick, but not quite out to center. Yabi in the corner. Yabi bumped, knocked down, trying to maintain possession. Thistles trying to force it loose. Kranick whacks away, comes up the boards. Laidler. Kranick kicking at it. Now comes to Robinson. Robinson back up to the blue line. Here's a shot through traffic, misses the net. Roberts around the end boards. Huron giving chase. Huron knocks it down. Huron below the goal line. Huron in behind the Kenora net. Huron to Riley. Riley cross ice feed. Murray throws it down low. A shot from Robinson, tipped out front. They score. It's Blake Roberts finding the back of the net for the Lakers to make it a 3-0 game with just under 7 to play in the second period. Blake Roberts, a deflection, his first goal of the championship. You see the setup here from the Lakers. And Roberts parked out front, redirects it. So Huron-Perth extends the lead to 3. Off the face-off. Lakers chasing after it. Crawford over the blue line. Crawford goes into the corner. Tries a centering feed. It gets blocked. Beaulieu rims it around the wall. Greaves down the ice. After it goes Bell. Roman Bell tied up by Braden Little. Bell in his own end. Bell drops a pass back. Now turned over in the Lakers' end. Little swings it back down low, knocked down by Wall, spinning a shot. Greaves deflected it just wide. Lakers get possession back in their own zone now. Carried out to center, it's Crawford. Crawford over the red line, works it over the blue. Crawford drops it back. Hayter a shot, he scores! Riley Hayter goes bar down. And it's 4-0 Lakers. What a shot from Hayter there. His second of the championship, first since game 1. And 2 goals in less than a minute for Huron-Perth, have them up by 4. Lakers have been controlling the play here in this second period. Off the draw, bouncing puck. Richards looking for it, comes to Murray. Murray towards Yabi. Now chipped off the wall, Ziliaks. Ziliaks goes around the end boards. Strawn now on it. Strawn rims it at the line. Baker shovels it back in deep. Richards tries to rim it around the boards and out, but Ziliaks will hold. Ziliaks to Yabi. Yabi tied up. Now comes free to Murray. Murray in the corner. Murray looking for it. Murray stick handles. Murray throws it down low. Yabi in pursuit. Comes back to Murray. Murray backhand play. Trying to slip by. Murray up to the blue line. Strickler. Strickler takes a bump there from Richards. Richards sends it around the end boards in his own zone for Strawn. Strawn back off the wall. Roberts. That is Mason Roberts for Kenora, not Blake Roberts for Huron-Perth. Roberts looking for it, comes off the wall, hit a stanchion, bounces out to center. Richards trying to slip past Strickler. Richards has it in neutral ice. Richards resets in his own zone, sends a pass to Middleholt. Middleholt sends it in deep. Roberts in the corner. Roberts, bank pass, Ziliaks on it now. Ziliaks below the goal line. Lakers will send it all the way out to center. Dingwall in pursuit. Dingwall off the boards. Murray looking for it. Stayed just onside to the Lakers. Dingwall tries to clear the zone. Finds Narinsky. Narinsky sends it in deep. Narinsky has possession in the corner. Centering pass for Taman. Blocked there by Ziliaks. Back the other way, Luke Strickler. Strickler, a feed cut off by Beaulieu. Strickler tries to chip it down low. It gets blocked. Thistles look to play it through center. Taman, now Beaulieu has it. Beaulieu sends it in deep, calling. Carter calling. Around the wall in the direction of Murray. Sawyer Jourdain knocks it down. Weston Murray back after it. Murray to Calling. Calling to Strickler. Strickler off the boards, out through center. Crawford in pursuit. Jourdain bumps him, now Beaulieu. Beaulieu sends a feed back into the Thistles' end. Carried through center here by Kenora. Taman loses possession of it. Little after it. Crawford forces it out to center. Morningstar gains the red line, plays it in deep. Crawford in pursuit. Crawford after it down low, bouncing puck. Beaulieu gives chase. Taman on it as well for Kenora. Now the puck gets sent out to center. Calling in pursuit. Calling in his own zone. Calling looks to sidestep Little. Laidler's in there as well. Bouncing puck goes off the wall out to center. Here comes Morningstar over the line. Morningstar racing towards the goal. Morningstar gets his stick lifted. Morningstar now comes back to straight. Costa straight around the boards. Thistle's able to get it through center. Laidler overskated it. A tie up there from Robinson allows Kenora to come back in. Here's Kranick, one-timer. Save Alga, quick whistle there. Puck was still loose in the blue paint. Well, Entropy is the official online championship apparel provider of the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships, offering championship gear available for order now. Again, that is Entropy, the official online championship apparel provider of the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships. Jace Richards for Kenora on this face-off. Lakers missing a player here on the draw. And so in comes Riley Hayter to take the face-off. Hayter wins the draw. Comes back now. Desgagne giving chase. Riley goes off the boards. Desgagne's got it. Desgagne sweeps it in deep. Riley. Bank pass off the wall. Hayter out to center. Fired back in deep there by Kenora. And straight. Lakers get it off the glass all the way down the ice. Botterill will play it and cover it to get a whistle and a stoppage in play. 2:05 to go in this second period, and the Hockey Hall of Fame, another one of our partners, is a proud partner. The Hockey Hall of Fame provides players of the game for all championship games. The Hall, home of the Stanley Cup, and hockey at its best. Face-off will go to the right here of Botterill. Off the draw. Richards off the glass. Down the ice. Desgagne giving chase. That'll be icing called. And the face-off will come all the way back. Face-off will go to the right here of Botterill off the face-off. Bell, Strickler, backhands it in deep. Straight, battles for possession. Lakers have the puck down low. Yabi looks to center. A quick shot on the doorstep. Botterill gets the blocker up to make the save. Riley back after the line. Riley to Bell. Bell makes a move. Strickler backhands it in. Has to reset at center. Lakers were offside. Strickler works it back in once more. Strickler, backhand pass around the end boards. Centering feet on the doorstep. It gets blocked. Bouncing puck. Macy Greaves is on it. Greaves off the boards. Yabi knocks it down. Yabi throws it to Mary. Mary trying to get it to Yabi back out front. Mary to the line for Bell. Bell takes a shot blocked by Richards. Bell battles with Richards for possession. Morningstar in pursuit. Thistles get it out to center. Greaves has it taken away by Bell. Now Kenora back in. Richards takes a shot blocked by Riley. Richards into the corner. Drop pass. Looking for it there was Little. Just missed it. Correction, Taman just missed it. Now Morningstar through center. Morningstar comes in over the line. Drop pass. Crawford trying to get it to Riley. Riley's got it now. Riley, cross ice feed. Morningstar in pursuit. Morningstar backhands it around the wall. Greaves in the corner. Gonna fight for possession down there. Lakers have the puck. Comes back up the line. A shot from Wall deflected by Crawford. Save made by Botterill. And now we're gonna get 2 penalties here by the looks of things. Crawford took down Dingwall out front. And Crawford will go to the penalty box for Huron-Perth, and it appears Dingwall is headed there as well for Kenora. Both getting cross-checking penalties. You can see the frustration and physicality starting to mount for these two teams. Some battles in the other end of the ice. Richards gave a slash to a Laker as well on that last sequence. That was behind the play. Face-off, won by Kenora. Tie up in the corner, Beaulieu looking for it. Now comes back on the stick of Robinson. Robinson takes a bump. Lakers trying to center, tight angle shot turned away there by Botterill. And that'll do it for the first 30 minutes of this game. Well, 2 periods in the books here from Waterloo. It's the Huron-Perth Lakers 4 and the Kenora Thistles yet to find the back of the net in this game. It's been a strong performance for Huron-Perth so far through 30 minutes, and that performance began very early in the contest. Luke Strickler found the back of the net at the 1:23 mark of the first period. That was all the scoring that the Lakers had in the opening 15 minutes of this game, but in the second, they've opened things up a little bit with 3 goals. It was Riley Hayter finding the back of the net. for Huron-Perth. Max Mary, a power play goal early in the second period. They had 2 power plays in rapid succession early in the frame. Mary found the back of the net. That made it 2-0 Lakers. 3-0 Lakers on the Hayter goal, and then 4-0 on the Blake Roberts marker as well. So exactly how the Lakers have drawn it up so far in this game, trying to move their record to 3-1-1, which would put them in a great spot to make it to Sunday's action. We will take a quick break here for our second intermission. Come right back with the third. You're watching the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships live from Waterloo.
Got something to call mine. Oh, I need someone to talk to. Right now. Oh, we are on our way. Starting today.
This building, this province, and these fan bases.
Canada's best men's under-18 club teams come to Peterborough this spring for the 2026 TELUS Cup. Who will follow in the footsteps of the greats that have come before? Catch all the action live from April 20th to 26th at the Peterborough Memorial Centre. Tickets are available now at hockeycanada.ca/TELUS Cup.
I love hockey. I always have since I was a kid, and the first shift is what got me into playing hockey.
In 2014, Hockey Canada and Bauer set out to create a program that would help introduce hockey to new-to-hockey families across the country. This program is called the First Shift. More than 10 years ago, Tim laced up the skates for the first time ever through a First Shift program in Scarborough.
Back in 2014, my parents first heard about the First Shift program through one of the local community centers. My parents immigrated to Canada several decades ago. They actually didn't know anything about hockey, even when we started. My siblings and I, we would watch it on YouTube, we would listen to the games on the radio, but we didn't really know much about how the game was played. And because of this First Shift program, we actually learned a lot about hockey. Without it, I don't believe that we would have been playing on the ice. Trying on hockey equipment for the first time was a very exciting experience. I'd only seen hockey equipment on the professionals and seen them on the ice, seen clips of them. Putting all the gear on, it was like I was one of them. Something that I remember most about the First Shift, the welcome event, was how overwhelming it was. All the gear, all the people. I really didn't know what was going on, but the fit experts were very professional. They knew what they were doing. They walked us through everything, and just the excitement afterwards is something that really stuck with me. Something that still stands out to me from that first experience is the coaches. Stepping out onto the ice for the first time was very exhilarating. I was a bit nervous, but the coaches, they took care of those nerves right away. And after that, it was just fun. After the First Shift, what kept me involved in hockey was the sanctioned minor program, the Scarborough Ice Raiders. I played with them for several years. First Shift means a lot to me personally. It kind of shaped my life growing up, because without this program, I wouldn't have gotten into hockey. Without hockey, I don't think I would be the kind of person I am. Being able to play on a team, work with teammates, day in, day out, build that sense of community is something that shaped my life throughout.
Having great fit experts is outstanding. They are the heart and soul of this program. Having experts such as Tim convey their love of the game and their expert advice on equipment fitting reassures family and begins their hockey journey in the best possible way.
It feels awesome to give back to the program that started my hockey journey. I'm very grateful to First Shift, and I'm grateful to be back here and be able to be on the other side, give back to other kids, give back to my community. So something that I would say to a family that's considering the First Shift program is that it's absolutely worth it. You're getting a full set of gear and ice time at such an affordable cost. You're also getting memories that your child will be able to carry with them through the rest of your life. It's something that you'll never forget.
I had a really rough year, obviously. It kind of brought some light to what had happened to me. And
you know, it was really perseverance in the face of adversity. Non-hockey related injury, but one of significance.
Getting the news that he had the fractures, and it was a compression fracture, and him not being able to move, and just waiting for the news to see if he needed surgery or if he was going to be able to walk, if it had hit any nerves. It was frightening.
it was hard, but what motivated me was the support I had around me. I felt like I couldn't fail.
With Dominic, he didn't walk away from hockey through his recovery. He continued to participate as best he could. Hockey's taught me you got to do the hard thing, because usually the hard thing is the right thing to do. That perseverance, just pushing yourself through hard things, and it's helped shape the values of my whole personnel overall. Today, everybody's busy. And to see young people like Dominic with the opportunity to set aside time to contribute to community is very important. I want kids to have the same experience I had when I was a kid. I went to nights games when I was younger, and you come home with a mini stick or a puck, and it's like the best thing ever. I think a lot of people bond over hockey and what it's given to them, so I want to give the same to the future youth. Having a scholarship program, it just allows us to recognize some of those individuals that have just taken that to the next level.
I mean, I cried. I was super proud of him being recognized for such an amazing award. Obviously, I wasn't able to work for about 6 months. It's helped me and my family a lot, just paying for school and it being less of a burden. It's not about just developing a hockey player. It's about developing good citizens.
So that specific shooting drill that we were working on today is to help give them those extra shooting techniques so that in a game-like situation, they're not just using one or two, they've got multiple ways of being able to shoot the puck. Not only does that make it more difficult for the defenseman to defend, but also for that goaltender to not only track it, but making sure that they're able to square up on the puck as well. So just helps them become more of that lethal player that they're looking for at that elite level.
Out here, we're working on a lot of transitioning, walking the blue line, puck retrievals. Lots of that has to do with being able to take good angles to pucks, good routes to pucks, being able to shoulder check, being able to execute some deception. There's a setup, there's a trap, there's a payoff to every move. So making sure that the players are understanding the process in how to identify danger, identify options, and how to misdirect players under a stressful environment.
So a lot of our focus points here at the Program of Excellence Under 15 is going to be helping the goaltenders a lot with their preparation before the shot. Things like leading with the eyes, scanning the ice before they make their movements, being able to put themselves into the right places at the right times, and ultimately set themselves up for success when the shot comes off the stick. We're also going to be tying in a couple small technical areas where we're talking about a lot of sequencing in their movement, about how the body is supposed to operate from the top of the head down into their skates in order to generate that real strong and effective movement.
Back inside the Waterloo Memorial Rec Complex here in Waterloo. 4-0 to score in favor of the Huron-Perth Lakers as we get to the third period of the final round-robin game for Kenora, the second to last round-robin game for Huron-Perth in our second game of this busy Saturday. Puck gets played through center, handled by Baker. Baker goes off the wall. Braden Little swings it back in deep, and giving chase is Baker back below the goal line. Baker battles for possession. Swung around the wall by Walker. Walker for Hayter. Hayter all the way down the ice. Hayter will look to play it back out front in the direction of Walker. Play is whistled for a hand pass here, and so we'll get a stoppage in play. Just 30 seconds into this third period. Lakers scored the early goal back in the first period. Luke Strickler finding the back of the net, and then there was no scoring the rest of the way in the first, but 3 second period goals for the Lakers. Max Murray, Riley Hayter, and Blake Roberts all finding the back of the net to put them up 4-0. Back after it down low is Weston Murray. Murray goes off the boards, now picked up by Sawyer Jourdain. Jourdain sends it cross ice. Swung around the end boards there. Bouncing puck, looking for it. Murray, quick shot, stopped by Miles Alga. Jourdain looking for the rebound. He's got it covered up. Narinsky let that one go on goal, but Alga able to make the save and hold on. Face-off will go to the left of Miles Alga here. Joey Taman will take the draw for Kenora. Off the face-off. Won by the Lakers. Rims around the boards. Yabi through center. Yabi in the direction of Strickler. Deflected there by Costas Straight. Now a chance. Quick shot there that misses the net off the stick of Max Murray. Here's Bell at the line. Bell a shot tipped on. Goal saved there by Botterill. Back after it, Strickler. Strickler up to the blue line. Riley a bobble. Pressure there from the Thistles as Bell plays it back in his own zone. Watched by Narinsky. Bell goes off the boards. Yabi in pursuit. Now Murray. Murray up in the direction of Strickler. Strickler racing in. Takes a shot. Sailed that one high. May have gotten a piece of Botterill there on the way by. Bell fires through traffic. Botterill the save. He'll cover up. Get a stoppage in play here. 13:21 to go in this third period. Draw will go to the left of Botterill. Face-off, won by the Lakers. Looking for it, Roberts in open space on the far wall. Swings it around the end boards. Back after it now, Calling. Calling sends it back in deep. Beaulieu plays it for the Thistles. Bouncing puck comes to the slot. Kenora heads back the other way. Racing in Richards. Jace Richards makes a move. Bumped off the puck. Goes barreling hard into the Huron-Perth net. The net stays on. Richards and Alga both no worse for wear as the puck goes into the penalty box here. And so that will lead to a stoppage in play. It looks like the faceoff will come back into the Lakers' end of the ice as Hayden Crawford comes out of the penalty box, as does Asher Dingwall. They were each serving their 2 minutes for cross-checking, which came late in the second period. Off the face-off, handled by Calling. Calling around the end boards. Walker picks it up. Walker out through center. Hayter a deflection. Now back the other way. Little drop pass. Laidler skating in. Laidler fires a shot. Misses the net. Bouncing puck. Calling on it. Calling goes to Hayter. Hayter through center now. Schmidt tied up by Richards. Comes back to Laidler. Laidler a pass in the direction of Richards again. Richards works it into the corner. Drops it off. Lakers trying to clear the zone. Hayter, a feed through center, finds Walker. Walker in. Walker a move, loses possession of the puck. Comes back now the other way. It's Little. Braden Little through center. Little over the blue line. Little works in, makes a move. Little on the backhand, put that one just high. Comes back now to the corner for Hayter. Hayter's out through center, a pass up ice in the direction of Walker. Walker fires a shot. Botterill able to make the save. Now Costa straight back on it. Straight goes off the wall, out to center. Little comes in over the blue line. Little makes a couple of moves. Little tries to get around Baker. Now handled back at the blue line by Dingwall. Dingwall sends it off the boards in the direction of Weston Desgagne. Desgagne loses possession. Lakers force it out to center. Dingwall sends it back in. Now a feed through neutral ice. It's Strickler. Strickler sends a pass down low. A man streaking in. That was Mary. Mary couldn't get a shot away. Then went hard into the end boards. After it, Yabi now in the corner. Yabi gets it back towards Strickler. Now for Yabi again. Yabi to Strickler. Strickler centering pass. Quick shot there from Bell. It gets blocked. Thistles head the other way. Taman. Taman over the blue line. Taman makes a couple of moves. Goes into the corner now. Taman centers. The pass to the slot area there for Middleholt got blocked. Now back the other way, Yabi. Yabi a deflection down into the Kenora end. Madsen loses possession of it. Middleholt cross ice feed goes off the skate of Mason Roberts down the ice. Roberts watched there by Wall. Roberts in the corner throws it back to the goal line. Centering feed deflected by Wall. Bouncing puck, Middleholt. Roberts tries a shot. It gets blocked. Lakers will skate it out through center. Over the line, it's Bell. Roman Bell stops up. Bell finds the trailer. Here's a shot from the blue line. That one gets blocked there. Huron was the one who let it fly. Bouncing puck, Robinson tries to knock it down. Instead, it comes back into the Lakers' end. It's Riley. Riley across ice feed. Bouncing puck, Murray. Murray back to Riley. For Murray again, over to Riley again. Riley looks to work it up the wall. Beaulieu cuts it off. Beaulieu walks the blue line. Beaulieu drop past Richards. Richards has space. Richards shoots. Nice save made by Miles Alga there. Richards tries to go off the boards. Richards cutting towards the slot. Makes a move. Loses possession of the puck. Gets it right back. Richards up high, Strawn. Back for Richards. Richards in the corner. Cross ice feed off of a skate. Bouncing puck again. Huardine picks it up. Huardine's through center. Huardine flips it down the ice. Strawn back on it. Strawn from his own zone starts the breakout. Strawn rims it in deep. After it is Riley. Riley pokes at it. Little in the corner. Little taken down. Penalty coming. So tripping will be the call. No, slashing will be the call. And Huron-Perth will go to the penalty kill. Kenora to the power play. That gives us a chance to thank our partners for supporting today's event. A special recognition goes to Milk, a proud partner of the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships. Dairy Farmers of Ontario are proud to support young athletes and encourage healthy, active lifestyles. Draw will go to the left here of Alga. Face-off won by the Lakers. Swung around the wall by Baker. Now Taman. Taman to Strawn. Correction, straight. That shot gets blocked. Back the other way. Here comes Huron-Perth shorthanded. Schmidt brings it in over the blue line. Schmidt goes into the corner. Schmidt has possession here. Swings it around the end boards. Straight below the goal line. Straight sends a pass up to Taman. Swept away by Schmidt. Now Hayter comes in. Hayter goes into the corner. Hayter stops up, loses an edge, trying to regain possession. 40 seconds gone in the Thistles power play here. Hayter keeping it jammed up. Official blowing play dead, and we'll have a face-off to follow. Huron-Perth doing a good job killing some time off the clock there on that penalty. Riley Hayter had it jammed up along the wall. Face-off won by the Lakers in neutral ice. Thistles looking to get back on it. Puck gets played off the boards, and now Dingwall has possession. Dingwall drops a pass back. It's fed through center for Little. Little makes a move, blows a tire. Penalty coming here. Looked like Little was the one who lost his edge, but tripping is going to be the penalty. So 5-on-3 for 58 seconds here for the Thistles, followed by a 5-on-4 for 1 minute and 2 seconds. Tripping the call. It sends Roman Bell to the penalty box. And a really good opportunity here for Kenora to try to get back in this game. Face-off to the left of Alga here. Off the draw. Little wins the face-off. Comes all the way out to center for Dingwall. Dingwall back on it here for the Thistles. Dingwall, a pass to Jourdain. Jourdain over the blue line. Jourdain for Dingwall. Dingwall back cross ice. Richards. Richards works in. Richards into the corner. Gets the return feed up high. 30 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. Holding on the far circle. Richards gets it in the high slot. Richards shooting, deflected out front, scramble for it down low. Little can't bury it, comes out to center. Huron-Perth changing here on the penalty kill. Richards over the blue line, Narinsky. Narinsky, drop pass Little. Little working in. Little floats it to the blue line. Richards holding, shooting, deflected. Up and over the glass, out of play. Good job by the Lakers clogging up the shooting lanes on that last chance. 4 seconds left in the 5-on-3 for Kenora. And then 1 minute and 2 seconds of 5-on-4 power play time for the Thistles. Little will take the face-off here, wins it back up to the blue line. It'll come back onto the stick of Jace Richards here. Richards through center. Richards working in. Richards with speed. Richards has it poked off his stick by Murray. Lakers try to clear the zone. Ziliaks has it. Ziliaks all the way down the ice. So Kenora now 0 for 2 on the power play. Currently in the midst of their third attempt. Another good clear there for Huron-Perth down the ice. Botterill leaves it for Taman. Thistles still on the power play here for another 30 seconds. Taman over the blue line. Taman has possession, goes into the corner, wraps it around. Taman in the corner again. Now at the line, little bobble from Richards. Tries to pivot away from Roberts. Richards sends a pass. Little working in, loses possession. Lakers will skate it out to center. Huron-Perth with a short-handed rush here. In the corner, Roberts battles for possession with Richards. Out of the box is Bell, back at 5-on-5, so the Lakers' penalty kill remains perfect. They're 3 for 3. Richards fires a shot. Alga got a pad on it. Now back around the wall, looking for it Strickler. A tie-up. Comes back to Desgagne. Desgagne for Richards. Richards tried to drop it off for Desgagne. It's turned over. Now heading back, it's Huerdine. Huerdine a move. Takes a shot off the glove of Botterill. Rebound there. Strickler couldn't bury it. Strickler tried to knock it out of midair into the back of the net, but couldn't find the goal. Desgagne sends a pass through center. It's blocked. Taman resets in his own zone. Taman makes a move in neutral ice. Taman backhands it in. It'll be handled now by Baker. Lawson Baker through center. Baker backhands it down the ice. Lakers are offside. They've got to tag up and exit the zone. Thistles through center. Thistles over the red line. Straight will play it down the ice. Murray back for it. Murray loses an edge. Bouncing puck. Little in pursuit. Kranick now back to Beaulieu. Beaulieu can't find it. Huron-Perth out to neutral ice. Little. His pass nearly caught. Little tries to get it to Beaulieu. Little throws it down towards the Lakers' goal. Off the wall. Wall sends it out to center. It's deflected into the Huron-Perth bench. Well, that puck stoppage is brought to you by Barron Rings, the official championship ring provider of the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships. Barron Rings proudly celebrates the achievements of athletes by creating lasting symbols of success and excellence. Draw will come to the left of Miles Alga here. Riley Hayter will take the face-off. Off the draw, Hayter wins it. Riley back around the wall. Murray to Yabi. Yabi to Hayter through center. Hayter over the blue line. Hayter drop past Yabi. Yabi into the corner. Back after it, Hayter. Now Yabi with it. Yabi centering feed. Crawford can't bury. Chance at the doorstep. Hayter denied by Botterill. And he'll hold on. Crawford's had his chances in this game. Not able to find the back of the net so far. We'll also remind you that Entropy is the official online championship apparel provider of the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships, offering championship gear available for order now. Again, that's Entropy, the official online championship apparel provider of the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships. Face off to the right of Botterill here. Thistles control. Madsen throws it into the corner for Dingwall. Dingwall goes off the boards. Strickler over the blue line, poked back out to center. Schmidt sends a pass. It's backhanded in deep by Morningstar. Morningstar for Strickler, centering feed. Chance at the doorstep. Schmidt loose in the crease. Botterill's got it covered up and gets another stoppage in play here. Easton Botterill continuing to look good here in this championship. A look at the last chance for Schmidt on the doorstep that Botterill was able to keep out. Robinson will take this face-off with Roberts and Huron on his wings. Bell and Calling on the back end. Off the draw. Thistles control Madsen. Madsen in the corner. Battles with Huron. Here's Richards. Richards starts the breakout for Kenora. Jace Richards through center. Richards racing in over the blue line. Richards bobbles the puck, loses possession, applying pressure on Calling. Calling knocks it down. Richards back on it. Richards into the corner. Richards a move, centering feed, one-timer Fandon. Richards back on it. Alga got a piece. Good save by Miles Alga there. A takedown in the corner from Narinsky. Jourdain looking for it. Bouncing puck back at the line. Here's the shot through traffic. Dingwall saved by Alga. He'll hold on. Couple of nice saves by Miles Alga there. On some good chances for the for the Kenora Thistles, I should say. Richards fired out from the line. Alga able to cover up and get a stoppage in play. Face off to the left of Alga here. Off the draw, won by Schmidt. Banked off the boards. Wall tries to clear the zone. Bouncing puck. Baker after it. He'll touch up. Penalty coming to Huron-Perth. Looks like it's going against Baker for interference. So Kenora headed to the power play for the fourth time in this game. They will spend, if they are unable to score, they will spend almost the rest of the contest on the power play. There'll be about a minute left when their 2 minutes of power play time expires. Face-off will go to the left of Alga here. And now Kenora missing a player out on the ice. They had 4 guys out there for their power play. Face-off will go to the left of Alga here. Off the draw. A tie-up. Back after it, Riley. Riley battling with Little. Little knocks it loose. Little in below the goal line. Little works it up to Dingwall. Dingwall holding. Cross ice feed. Here's a shot from Richards. Save made by Alga. He'll hold on. 2:45 to go in this third period. We'd like to remind you that the OHF is pleased to partner with HGG Sports Services as its exclusive accommodation services provider. HGG is committed to providing support services for athletes, teams, and communities across Ontario. Face off to the left of Alga here. Kenora on the power play for another minute 40. Thistles control at the line. Richards bobbles the puck, trying to get a pass off. Throws it to Little. Little stick handles back to Richards up high. Richards scans his options. Richards holds, shoots through traffic, scores! It's a power play goal for Kenora. Richards played it on goal. It may have been deflected out front. But if it is the goal for Jace Richards, that is his 4th of the championship. So a power play marker for Richards. At the 12:36 mark of the third period, Kenora gets on the board here. They trail 4-1. And Richards continues his strong tournament for the Thistles. Face-off won by Joey Taman. Taman will skate through center, backhands it in deep, Calling giving chase. Lakers look to clear the zone. Huron after it. Bouncing puck. Macy Greaves in the vicinity. Now a chance down low. A feed from Taman towards Greaves got blocked. Lakers force it up the wall, down the ice. It'll roll all the way towards the goal line, and that'll be icing called against Kenora. Well, Kenora in the championship have scored 7 goals, and 4 of them have come from Jace Richards, which tells you just how good Richards has been all weekend long. Draw to the right of Alga here. Off the face-off. A tie-up. Taman knocks it loose. Colling's got it. Calling around the end boards. Giving chase is Murray. Murray has possession. Feeds it cross ice for Calling. Calling out to center. Down the wing, Roberts chips it in deep. Roberts back after it. Dingwall lays the body on him. Penalty coming up here. It's going to go against Kenora. Alga headed to the bench. It'll be touched up by Desgagne. Will get the call. And body checking is the penalty. So Asher Dingwall will head to the penalty box for either the remaining minute 31 of this game or until Huron-Perth scores on the power play. Lakers are 1 for 2 on the man advantage in this game. They scored on their last power play. Max Mary early in the second period found the back of the net. Off the face-off, Lakers control. It's Riley. Riley swings it back towards Hewerdine in the corner. Hewerdine has possession. Hewerdine back up top, Riley. Riley cross-ice feed. Worked in. Here's a shot. Glove save. Botterill. Rebound loose. Thistles look to clear shorthanded here. Beaulieu has Richards streaking. Bank pass for Richards. Richards in over the line. Richards fires a shot. Rims around the glass. All the way down the ice. After it goes Robinson. Robinson in the corner. Tied up. Down low by Cohen Strawn. Lakers have possession at the line. Swung in deep by Roberts. Roberts for Robinson. Now Strawn. Back off the boards, Richards. Richards sweeps it out to center. Less than a minute to go here in this third period. Lakers holding on to a 4-1 lead. Hewerdine sends it down the ice. After it Costa straight. Bouncing puck. Kranick clears the zone all the way into the Lakers' end. Lakers skate back up ice. Baker works it into the corner. Baker in below the goal line. Baker hit by Little. 10 seconds left on the clock. Puck comes all the way down the ice into the Lakers' end as time begins to wind down, and the Huron-Perth Lakers have picked up their third victory of the weekend. 4-1 the final score here in this one. So Huron-Perth picks up a massive third win to improve their positioning in the standings. That'll do it for the championship for Kenora. And what a battle that the Thistles put on all weekend long, playing some tight games. You could always see the hard work, the energy, and the effort that Kenora brought to every single game. It is a long trek from Kenora to Waterloo, and the Thistles came to play this weekend. Jace Richards, a tremendous championship, a 5-5 tie against North Bay, and a really strong effort all weekend long from the Kenora Thistles. Time now for the players of the game for both Huron-Perth and Kenora. The player of the game bags will be handed out. Hockey Hall of Fame, of course, putting together these player of the game bags as we mentioned throughout the broadcast. It's going to be Braden Little, who is the player of the game for Kenora. Luke Strickler, the captain, player of the game for the Huron-Perth Lakers. Had the game's opening goal at the 1:23 mark of the first period. So a victory for Huron-Perth in this game. 3-1-1 now on the weekend are the Lakers, and that catapults them into a tie for second place in the standings here of the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships. A massive victory for the Lakers. We welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. They have one game remaining here in their championship. It is against the Toronto Marlboros in the championship round robin, I should specify. It is against Toronto later this afternoon. That game could decide where they finish in the round robin standings, but right now they've put themselves in a really good position to be playing hockey tomorrow. They got the scoring started on a goal from Luke Strickler at the 1:23 mark of the first period. Then Max Mary scored on the power play a minute 35 into the second frame. Riley Hayter found the back of the net 7 minutes into the second, and Blake Roberts with a goal 8 minutes into the second period to make it 4-0 for the Lakers. Jace Richards, a power play goal at the 12:36 mark of the second period for Kenora. That was their lone goal in this game. But once again, a really strong battle put on by the Kenora Thistles throughout the tournament. We congratulate them on appearing in this championship and all their efforts here this weekend. We've got another game coming up in about 20 minutes, half an hour's time. The host Waterloo Wolves getting set to face off with the North Bay Trappers. For now, you've been watching the U13 AAA All-Ontario Championships live from Waterloo.